Hey friends, welcome or welcome back. My name is Shannon, and today I would like to wish a very happy 250th birthday to my girl, Jane Austen. Jane Austen was born on December 16th, 1775, 250 years ago, and the girl is still going strong. Okay, so before I go any further, a couple things. If you hear any whirring in the background, that is because it is extremely cold here in Massachusetts. We just have been getting some really, really cold weather. So we have our pellet stove going full blast, and it's just way too cold for me to sit upstairs. So doing this down here. Hopefully, this little doodad here is helping with the sound. So I originally wanted to plan a really big video for Austen's 250th birthday. However, life, work, travel, I have not been able to do it. So, what I am going to do is I am going to show you some clips that I put together from a trip that I took to New York City back in August to the Morgan Library and Museum to see a Jane Austen exhibit that they had put on over the summer. Unfortunately, it's already gone, and so I'm really sorry about that. But the things that I saw were really, really fantastic. Turns out that JP Morgan had an insane collection of his own Jane Austen memorabilia. He had lots of letters and manuscripts and things like that. And then what the library did was they brought over other things from other collections. So Chawton House in the UK sent over some things, other museums that had stuff sent over. And so the collection basically was tons of letters written in her own hand, little scraps of notes, whatever surviving scripts that there were. I believe that there was a handwritten script of Lady Susan, and then there were first editions of all of the published novels. There was a reproduction of one of Jane Austen's dresses. Maybe it was a police. The actual police itself, I believe, is at Chawton House. I could be making that up. So that didn't make the trip. But a beautiful reproduction was there. Lots of amazing things in this exhibit. So I took the train down to New York City, and it was a beautiful summer day, one of those perfect summer days that is not too hot and you can walk around a city without wanting to strangle yourself from the heat. I did some book shopping at the Strand. I walked around the city. I had some lovely lunches and dinners, and it was absolutely wonderful. Now, before I send you off to view those clips, I am just going to share with you some plans that I have for 2026 with respect to my continuing studying of Jane Austen. And I am finally hoping to be a Jane Austen completionist. Yes, you heard that right. I have not read everything that Austen has written. Of course, I've read all of the full published novels. However, I have not read the teenage writings. And these teenage writings were found in approximately 3 notebooks that survive. And there's just various writings from when Austen was a young girl and through her teenage years. And I've heard that these teenage writings are just a rollicking good time and just completely wild. And so I'm very much looking forward to finally reading the teenage writings. Now, these were written not with the goal of publication, but I also need to finish the unfinished works that were intended for publication, such as Sanditon and the Watsons. And this collection here includes Sanditon, the Watsons, and Lady Susan. All 3 I have never read. So I really want to become a true Jane Austen fan. I've read tons of nonfiction. I've read all of the published novels. I've read her letters, but I have not read the teenage writings or the unfinished works. So in 2026, I do hope to rectify that. So I'm going to pass you off to Summer Shannon visiting New York City. I hope you enjoy it. And what are you going to be reading for Jane Austen's birthday this year? Let me know. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you soon.